Merch Minds Podcast, episode 92. My name is Glenn, YouTube channel Hustler Hacks, and Yong is here in the building. I have a dog in the background.
I have my boy. That's my partner in crime. He's chilling with me today at the house. So
Scratching his ass or something.
scratching himself. Um, but yeah, man, what's going on?
Jam-packed episode because last episode when we talked, we did see that our dashboard had changed, but we didn't really announce anything because nothing had officially been announced. So
Well,
we're
I
like,
think we
all
had
right,
gotten
we'll
that
wait.
notice. I think we had gotten that notice like right before we recorded it. So there was like we didn't even really know as to what to talk about, really.
Yeah, and then like the news thing that came out and the messages on the side came out like right after we recorded. And I was like,
Okay.
oh, well, we can cover this full topic, for this episode. And I think it's gonna be really, really good. Even people in our Facebook group have, posted different things about the international sales and all that. So we're gonna cover that, the content, maybe certain things we know and do not know, because I think it's like a whole new world too.
Yeah,
Selling UK, Germany, all these things. So yeah,
yeah,
we'll cover that.
absolutely.
You want to talk about numbers first, or the news, or what are we doing?
Numbers, man. We always have to start with the numbers. I know. I
Okay,
think last week we had completely forgotten, and we like did a number in the middle of the show. But yeah, let's start with the numbers. You want to go first?
sure. Last 7 days, 134 products sold,
Damn.
4 returns. Estimated royalties $436.90, and I don't have the Germany or UK ones yet. That says it's they're rolling them out, but
Yeah.
some people in our groups have like the new tabs last 7 days, and they'll show them what they're making on those. So mine haven't rolled out yet. We'll get to this too, but when you're uploading, you can choose which marketplace, and mine's not available yet. It only gives me Amazon.com for now. So
Yeah.
all
Absolutely.
these are Amazon.com sales.
So it sounds like you're. I mean, are you uploading still, like on
I
a
haven't
regular
uploaded
basis?
in 2 weeks, and
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
barely just starting to get back into the swing of things from that Vegas trip.
Okay. Because it seems like the last 3 weeks now, you've been kind of maintaining pretty much the same numbers, huh?
Yeah, it's been between like $400 and $500 a week royalties. So, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go
For
ahead.
me, my last 7 days, 92 products sold, 3 returns, product purchase, $1,836.45, and the estimated royalty, $363.75. So it's kind of like you, man. I mean, it's up and down just a tad bit, but it's pretty much like right there at that 350, 400 mark.
Hmm.
Um, and we talked about a bunch of strategies in the past that I'm trying to implement. So hopefully in the near future, uh, I'll have some better numbers than this. I mean, I know Q4 is coming up here real soon, so obviously we'll have a spike in sales during November and December. But yeah, man. So
Have you uploaded this week?
I upload almost every day.
Oh,
In
okay.
fact, in fact, this past weekend I must have uploaded like 200 designs. That's
Dang.
probably like the most that I've done in a long time.
Was it like a good weekend? You just kind of like sat there and knocked them out, or what?
Yeah, you know what? Remember I told you I was out of town. I was up the coast.
Oh yeah.
Um, so I had some downtime in the evening, um, and just knocked them out in front of the computer. So, and that's the beauty of doing merch, right? I mean, as long as you have Wi-Fi and a laptop, you can pretty much work on your account
You can be the
anywhere.
digital nomad you want to be.
If that's what you want to call yourself, you can. Yes.
What about pop sockets? Did you upload any of those, or this strictly teas?
Yeah. Pop sockets, t-shirts,
Oh, a little mix.
sweatshirts. I think I've mentioned in the past that I'm no longer uploading onto premium t-shirts.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
because I mean, other than the bullet point, there's really no way you can uh, um, tell the customer that it's a premium t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, like from at least me, like I don't ever read the bullet point, right?
Yeah.
And I think most customers aren't going to read the bullet point. So how are they supposed to distinguish between a porting company and a bill and canvas, right? Like if you have the same design on two different T-shirts and you have the same title, there's no. I mean, I guess you can change it up a little bit, but
Yeah.
you can't have the word premium in your title. So I no longer mess with premiums.
Yeah. And that's it just got kind of weird, I think, with all the rules and the keywords and all that. And trying to make sure we're safe. And
Yeah,
it's a little
yeah.
weird not mentioning any of that.
Yes, and then I'm building my Pinterest boards.
Okay.
I'm officially I think there's a term for that, a pinner. I'm a, I'm officially a pinner on Pinterest. Um, I took Teresa's course, of course, and yeah, so I'm building up my Pinterest account. So that's been and that's gonna take me some time. I know those people, they use bots and all that to try and build their account like really quick.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to go that route. I want to do it because I talked to Teresa and she was saying, you want to have good keywords and you want to follow like real people. Like just don't start adding people on random, right?
Yeah.
So I'm manually going in there and doing everything myself. So that's going to take some time. Um,
But I like
and-
Pinterest a lot, at least even to get ideas. So if you're doing it on your own, I mean, there's
oh
so
yeah,
many ideas
absolutely.
that come across your way anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely,
it's worth it
absolutely.
to just not hire bots and stuff.
Right.
That's not really going to help you.
Do you have a Pinterest account?
I do have one. Yes, sir.
Are you on there uh, on a regular basis?
Whenever I get ideas for merch, I'm on there. So
Okay.
not a lot, but
Okay. So
it's
so
there.
so so you're not utilizing it really to drive traffic to your listings. You're more on there trying to get ideas, right?
Yeah, yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. So
Okay. Just wanted to give you guys an update on my private label opportunity that I had talked about a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So remember I told you the guy's supposed to be retiring in November?
oh yeah,
Dude, he sent out a notice. He's now officially retiring in September, like early September,
dang,
which
it's
is
already
like
next
right,
month.
yeah, which is like right around the corner. And I'm like, if this is something that I'm going to do, there is no way in hell I can try and do this, get this done before he leaves, like in what, less than a month, right?
Yeah,
In a month. I guess if I really wanted to, I really can, but I don't know. You know what? This is something that I just need to go and talk to him about because I've never even met the guy, right?
yeah,
It's just someone that I was introduced to. So I need to go up there. I need to talk to him, introduce myself, and just really sit down and have a conversation with him as to like, look, you originally told me November. Now it's September. It will, if you're still in Mexico, if you're interested, is this something that we can still continue to talk and communicate about to try and get done, or you're just like, F it, you're moving and that's it. So maybe in a couple of weeks I'll go up there because right now I can't get anything done this weekend because my car is in the shop getting service. So this is going to be one of those long weekends where I'm pretty much stuck at home. I guess I can rent a car, but that's just an expense I don't need at the moment.
yeah, yeah,
So
totally.
so that's my private label update. I'll be honest with you, I don't think anything's going to come out of it now at this point. Um, Niche affiliate website update. I'm not going to try and update the niche affiliate website project like
Hmm.
every week because, as I mentioned, this is going to take like at least a half a year to a year.
Yeah,
But I do want to mention that I am still working on it. I have a few articles up now. So if anything changes from now until something significant happens, I'll definitely keep you guys updated. But just wanted to just wanted to keep you guys updated on that real quick. Um,
yeah. Keep us updated also on the job stuff.
what do you mean?
It's always like because there's been like in and outs. Remember how like you had different meetings. You're like, man, I don't know what they're gonna tell me. I don't know what's gonna
Yeah, it's
happen. I
it's
don't know.
it's, it's still weird, man. So here's the thing. I don't know how in the past. I don't know how I talked about this. So okay, so my direct boss, right? she's the one, who lost her husband a couple of years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. I'm very close
Yeah.
to her, right?
Hmm.
She's my direct boss. She's the one that I report to, and if I need some time off, she's the one that that I need to report to and tell, right? Um, she's the one that's kind of like, I don't know, and I don't know if this is the right move, and which to me, I'm just like, I don't know why she's even saying that because again, it was really surprising because considering how she had lost her husband so like unexpectedly, right? It was so
Hmm.
sudden. I mean, it threw everyone off. I thought she would be a little more uh, supportive and say, why don't you go ahead and move to Southern California? You can work remotely, you know, um, um, and maybe I report to the office 1 week out of the month, right? Where I have to come to the Bay Area 1 week out of the month or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But she was just kind of like, ah. But then we have like the director of the department, right? Who kind of like overlooks the whole department. He'll be kind of like the head boss almost,
Hmm.
right? He's just he's more, he's the type of person who'll be like, yeah, you can work remotely, but just work it out with your boss. So it's weird because I have one guy saying, yeah, I'm okay with it. You just need to talk to your boss, and then my boss is like, I don't know, it's just I don't know if that's gonna. But she's like less than 2 years from retiring herself, so I don't know, man. If I was her, I'd be like, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll just let Young, work from wherever. He's shown hard work and dedication for many years. Let's give
Yeah.
him what he wants.
So yeah, it's really weird, man. One guy's telling me, he doesn't care, and then she's telling me that she has to think about it, and so who knows? Who knows what's going on with that? I'll keep you guys updated on that as well.
All
That's
right.
been an online battle for
All
what,
right.
the past year or so, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Um,
keep us posted on that. You want to
yeah,
mention merch conference coming up?
yeah, that's something that I wanted to talk about here at one point. Since you brought it up, let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. We are both Glenn and I. We are now speaking at the Merch by Amazon conference in Seattle, um, brought to you by Ken Rio and Chris Green. Um, and I was kind of a little pissed off, and I'll tell you why. Okay. They first invited me, and I was like, man, I'd be more than honored to. And then they're like, what about Glenn? I'm like, man, what about Glenn? What about Glenn?
Like, what about him?
They're like, you think he wants to speak to you? Damn. Nah, you know what?
You're like,
I,
come on, man.
I'm
Like,
like, man,
we don't need that
this
dude.
guy's all over the freaking internet, man. I try to give him some stage time. Nah, you know what? On a real note, I told him, yeah, I think Glenn would be, I'm sure he would like to talk. And to be honest with you, um, there's no other person I would prefer to share the stage with than you, man. And
Oh,
I'm
I
being
appreciate that.
I'm being completely honest. So, we joke a lot behind the scenes, but seriously, man, I'll be more than honored to share the stage with you and try and give a really good presentation.
Yes, sir. Good.
Um,
And I guess to add on to that, I mean, September 27th, 28th, it's already next month. It is going to
yeah,
get here quick. So if you're interested in that, I would probably buy tickets as soon as you can. But the good thing about in Seattle, Chris never meant. I mean, he knows he tries to be kind of like secretive about it as far as like secret guests being here, and he put the Merch by Amazon logo on there. So yes, last year Amazon was there. So if you're interested in something like this, full Merch by Amazon conference, but really good guests too that I know you probably are listening to and watch if you're listening to us, like RJ, like Matt, um, Jersey guys are also going to be there. And of course, you already mentioned Ken, Neil Lassen, and
yeah.
Michael Essick alone. I think you want to just go for that. So he's good. He's a good designer just alone.
Oh
So
yeah,
not even mentioning all the other guests.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, just the networking opportunity alone is probably worth the price. Um, so it is limited though to 150 seats,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's including the speakers. And I know the people that I attended last year, they get first dibs on the tickets. So I don't know how that's working out as as far as if it's open to the public yet or not. But I'm telling you guys right now, when it is available to the general public, I would jump on those tickets immediately.
I think it is. I think Chris posted it in his super huge group, so I think it is.
Okay, well if it is, then get your tickets now. Seriously,
Yeah, it's
I think it's worth every penny. We just booked
check.
our Airbnb, which is like 10 minutes away by car. Um, so yeah, so that'd be fun, man.
Yeah.
Are you gonna plan on staying the whole weekend this time?
I'm not sure yet. I think I might just stay for those days and come back.
Okay, okay.
I'll double check. But yeah, merchconference.com. Chris already has it as like the main photo for his group. So like if you want to double check that, merchconference.com, you can see the tickets and all the details for that next month.
Absolutely. Just a couple more things before we get into the main show. I've taken a hiatus from designing in the past, and I think as of now, I'm going to take a hiatus for good, at least for merch, because it's not working out to the point where I'm scaling fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I think as of now, I am not going to be personally designing any of my shirts anymore. I'm just going to outsource everything. I got Penji. I'm going to try and find some designers here locally at the university and whatnot. So I'm officially done designing. I mean, I'll design for other things and whatnot, but as far as merch is concerned, it's just again because of the lack of growth. I've been so frustrated. I feel like everything that I'm putting all my effort and skills into something, and I don't see any results, and I just get frustrated, and I no longer want to do that.
You don't want to frustrate yourself, even though I
Yeah,
mean I've been frustrated. I know you have too, but
right. And I'm more I'm more what's the word? I'm more uh, active on merch than you, right? So
yeah.
imagine my frustration, because I'm doing a lot more than you, right? I'm always designing, I'm constantly uploading, and I'm not seeing the results that I want to see. So I just, again, everyone's talking about the burnout. Let me tell you guys right now, the burnout is real.
Yeah.
It is. It does exist. I'm just burned out. Um, just want to give you guys a quick CreateSpace update. So last month, I surprisingly sold 16 journals.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Right. I think I have just about 120, maybe 130 titles uploaded. So not bad. Nowhere near what Kelly is doing. I think she has close to what 5,000 titles up now.
Yeah.
Um,
Super Beast.
yeah, well, she said she's been working on it for a good year or two, right, to
Yeah.
build up that inventory of titles. So, um, but yeah, so CreateSpace, that's my CreateSpace. You haven't uploaded anything onto CreateSpace, have you?
No,
Are you planning on to? Just
probably
out of
not.
curiosity.
Probably not. I'm actually looking forward to like I might even do a little bit more FBA for Q4. I was actually gonna ask you about Q4 on what your approach is gonna be with regards to merch. And I don't know if you're planning on selling on any other platforms. I mean, CreateSpace, you can throw that on there as well. But
Yeah, I
last
get.
last Q4, I was just so discouraged because I during
Well,
that time I was
yeah.
working hard on uploading, and
Oh
then when I
yeah.
didn't have the shirts, I was like, "You got to be kidding me right now!" Like
Right.
I was
2 years
ready
in
to
a,
go.
yeah, no, absolutely. 2 years in a row, and merch throttled everyone. And then I was very lucky though, because like a week into it, they started making my shirts visible again.
Yeah.
Remember? So I
Hmm.
started getting some real good sales towards the end of the month there. But still, no, I totally get it, man. It's very frustrating. Am I gonna do FBA this year? I don't know. I mean, a lot of you guys know me from the reselling community. I was like the FBA king. right?
Kingpin.
I taught a lot of people how to do FBA,
Yeah.
right? So I taught a lot of people how to do online and retail arbitrage. So I don't know. I want to give myself a couple of months here and see how things scale out. And if things doesn't grow as expected, I might have to consider doing something else. But um, but yeah, so FBA, I don't know. That could be something that I do in December. Someone asked me about merch collab.
Oh yeah.
They're like, "Hey, why don't you tell us about your merch collab?" The reason I don't talk about it as much is because when I was approved, it said pretty much in bold font on the very top of the email, "Do not discuss the content of this email publicly." So there's a lot of stuff I can't discuss about merch collab. I would say this much: I haven't uploaded any designs only because I'm not on YouTube that much.
Yeah.
So and I was talking to Eric about this just a few days ago. So when I got approved, I went on YouTube and I was trying to watch some of Shane, what's his name, Shane Dawson's videos,
Yeah.
because I wanted to see what the guy was all about, see if there's any catchphrases or anything that I can make a shirt about. I watched about 3 videos and I couldn't take it no more. I was like, man, what the hell am I watching? So I couldn't do it. And Erica was telling me, oh, well, watch this and watch that. And I don't know, man. Again, I mean, if you guys know anything about some of these other collab opportunities, like some catchphrases that I can use, let me know. But I just I can't do it, man. Like I said, I watched about 3 of his videos, and I told Eric, man, I was like, yo, man, I can't. I'm like, what the hell is this channel about? He just goes around town and does stupid things, man. I'm like, I don't get it. So I don't know. I'm definitely not making any shirts about
Shane.
Shane Dawson. So yeah, so I can't talk too much about collab, but I will say that much.
All
So
right.
what are we going to talk about today, man?
So usually when we have different subjects and everything, and when me and Young were talking, I was like, I don't really want to talk about international sales and also just some of like the terms and things that have changed. Also some of the copyright stuff, royalties, things like this. Because if it hasn't rolled out for you yet, it will soon. I mean, they're doing it, um, I guess one by one or group by group. I don't know how long it's going to take. Can you sell on these other platforms or no? International?
Not yet.
Okay, not yet. Okay. So shout out to Tony. I think, well, he's in our Merchants group. He posted he had his first sales. He got some questions based off of
Tony
that
who?
too. And his name's Tony Mija, I think was his name on our
Oh,
Merch
good
Minds
for
group.
him.
Yeah, so
All
he
right.
had I got a pretty good amount of comments on here. I kind of want to go and talk about that. And then also kind of go back and forth between the new content policies that have changed, things you should be paying attention to, and especially if you're going to be selling on these, I guess, Germany and UK. So we can talk about that. Let me see if I could get out of here first. So the first thing I wanted to say is we'll start off with the news announcement. So that was on the 30th. It's already been a couple of days, but we're excited to announce that Merch by Amazon is live in Germany and United Kingdom. Enable accounts on a rolling basis and notify content creators via email when their accounts have been approved. When an account is enabled, these new marketplaces options to select them will be available in the product creation process. Note that we will not be able to provide updates on approvals for individual accounts. Please review our updated content policy, frequently asked questions, for additional info. And so what you're going to do is if you're uploading a shirt, just like you normally would, you go to add product, you're going to upload the shirt. Now it's going to say available marketplace, and you're going to be able to choose which one you want to put, I guess which one you want it to be alive for, Amazon.com
I
or Germany,
wonder. I
UK.
wonder if it's going to be if you can choose multiple marketplaces at the same time, or if you have to, individually upload to each marketplace.
I think right now it's individual
Ah,
marketplace
that sucks. Okay.
because so Tony actually posted a screenshot of that, and it just allows you to choose which one, but it doesn't look like it's allowing you to choose
So it
multiples.
sounds like it's a drop down menu then.
It is a drop down.
Okay, you
Yeah.
can only select one at a time.
Yeah.
Shucks.
So we don't have it yet. I mean, I wish we had a little bit more info, but like I said, it's rolling basis. So when me and Yong get it, we can talk a little bit more about
Yeah,
that. But
you and I we were doing the beta for
oh
the
yeah, yeah,
EU
yeah,
back in the days. We weren't allowed to talk about it back then, but I mean, I'll come out and say it now. We were beta testing the whole market back about 8 months ago or so.
yeah. And then now this is totally different because now it's actually incorporated into your dashboard. It was almost like a weird separate thing. And it was totally different than I think what we have here, but now it looks like, they're ready to go. And I like how they have it set up. But of course, that would have been awesome if you can choose all of them, but I don't know yet. And it looks like not all your shirts are going to get transferred. So they're going to choose certain ones and then slowly kind of like, get them in the different marketplaces as time goes on. But I don't think it's just like an easy, hey, your account's approved. Now all your shirts are live. Like, I think it's just going to take time and maybe they choose which ones go where because that's
Okay.
how it kind of was in the beta mode for this too. Tony also mentioned that the sales for UK and Germany are not showing up in Pretty Merch. So if you have Pretty Merch, that's also something they're probably going to be working on to try to figure that out because this is something totally new. So that's also going to take some time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Man,
then,
the developer for Pretty Merch, I forgot his name. Is it Harris? I've spoken to him a couple of times. Man, he's got a lot of work to do, man. Because every time he updates something, Amazon changes something, and he has to go through and update it again. Man, poor guy.
so then if you go to the last 7 days, it will show you the marketplace, products sold, the returns, just like it normally would. And you can see that. But it tells you the royalties, I guess in their, what are they called? I mean, pounds and different, because it's not, I mean, this is US dollars for us, but they still show it in, kind of like the royalties from there. So I don't really know how it transfers or how you can really tell, I guess, how much is what, or if it shows you that or not. Maybe
Who
until we
knows, man?
figure that out.
One marketplace that's showing in my dashboard is North Korea. No, I'm just joking.
I was
I'm
like,
joking. I'm joking, dude.
like
Come
this
on, that
guy,
was a joke.
this guy's pushing it out here. Speaking of jokes, they going through this, it looks like, well, actually, it's not really part of the joke thing. It's part of like the things you can and cannot do, which is part of the content policy. There's certain jokes and things you shouldn't be joking about
Okay,
out
so
there for the UK
so
and
so
for
so so, so I'm glad we're talking about this because you were telling me right before the show that they had changed some of the terms of services, and I didn't realize that they did. So I want to hear this.
okay. All right,
So
so
this
let's
is
go.
so this is good.
Okay, let's go to the content policy first. So 1.1, 1.2, all this stuff has kind of changed now that we added this international
Wow,
sales.
it's just
So
completely changed, huh?
yeah. So 1.2 is really when it changes. We do not permit designs and incorporate trademarks which you don't have rights to use. We know that. It is your responsibility to ensure that your content doesn't violate trademark or other rights. You can use the resources linked below to check for trademarks. Now, they're giving you 5 different links to trademarks for, of course, United States, United Kingdom, and Germany. So you're going to have to check all of these to make sure you're fine if you want to sell in the United Kingdom for trademark.
Uh-huh.
And I think one of the hardest things is trying to figure out like, oh man, I don't know, because of certain things are, it's just different compared to the USPTO site. Like I think even then there was some things that are a little confusing. Remember we were trying to break those down. Even some like sites didn't even have certain things like trademarkian things. And then
Right.
now we have these totally different marketplace and we have to double check this to make sure it's right.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's obviously I'm not a developer. I mean, I can do certain things, but I'm not a full stack developer. Here's a great business opportunity for someone out there who has the opportunity to do this. If you guys can implement all, what is it, 4 or 5, all 5 of these uh, uh, pl- um, resources into one platform, there's a business opportunity for you.
There we go. You're gonna try it,
Seriously,
Yong?
if you, like I said, I can do certain things. I don't think I can do that. I mean, I think that right there will be a great, like a one-stop shop, to look up all these trademarks for the U.S., the UK, and Germany.
You'd
That'll
really
be
have to bring
awesome.
your A game for that though, because one small mistake and then people are getting, rejected shirts or designs and things. You'd be like,
Ah,
man, this thing's faulty.
I'll start suing.
So I decided to try one. So I think I did the UK one, which is the first one it shows. There's two different ones for UK. I don't know the difference. I don't know. I mean, one's UK IPO, that one's EU IPO. I did the UK one, and I did like a general term. So I did Mama Bear to see
Okay.
what would come out. They found 12 trademarks, and all the Mama Bears that they have here, like multiple classes. They don't tell you what class that is. It just says here are the classes, and then you kind of have to go through them. Now here we go. It gives you the overview. Like Mama Bear has an actual logo tied to it, so very similar to the USPTO one. If it has a certain design with it, this case it does. So that list of goods and services. So baby wipes, baby shampoo. Class 5, we have diapers. Class 10, baby bottles. Class 12, you can keep going through all of these. It actually has a cleaner layout than the USPTO one. It just says status registered. It doesn't say anything about like, live and all that. But what's kind of cool is like filing date, May 2016, entry and register, renewal date. It gives you all of this info based off of, whatever you type in. As far as I think you can search by image or certain taglines. So in this case, I put Mama Bear to try that out.
Okay.
Let me see. Also shows here renewal date May 2026. So they have that's a full 10-year trademark. So I
Wow.
wonder what some of these other ones are. We'd have to really look them up. So it gives you all those. You have to go through those websites and double check. Now this international law part, we did read it maybe like 3 weeks ago. Designs that violate the laws of the countries where your product is being sold. If you sell your design outside of the US, make sure that you are following the specific laws for those countries you choose to sell in. Check with an attorney to discuss your legal rights regarding your design.
Yeah, that was the one that kind of surprisingly popped up a few weeks ago. Remember, we were like, "What
Yeah.
the hell is this?"
Yeah. Yeah. So that one was new. Of course, getting attorneys involved is never fun. And I think that's just a totally different thing. But they kind of go into it a little bit more when you start getting to 2.7 and 2.8. So 2.7, Nazism promotion, if it's a Nazi, pretty much. But designs that promote Nazis and Hitler swastikas and related symbols prohibited in all countries. So it also says here though, you can find a list of unconstitutional organizations here. So they actually give you a full list of those organizations that you have to go through if you plan to. So
Damn.
yeah, no, please
Dude,
note
it
that
says merch
designs.
minds in here.
Please note that designs referencing unconstitutional organizations listed under the German Federal Office for the Protection of the Constitution are also strictly prohibited.
Yeah.
You're like, no comment.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah. So I'm looking at the Nazi one, and then I'm looking at and then I'm going to jump ahead to the 2.8 to the
Okay, go
mental
ahead.
illness.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think the Nazi one is pretty much that's straightforward. Like,
I mean, it should be.
I mean, well, you'll be surprised, man.
Yeah,
Some
I
idiot's
know.
gonna come out with a fucking shirt talking about why was this rejected, right? It always happens, right?
Yeah.
But I think for the smart people, that's pretty much straightforward. As far as the other organizations, I don't even know what they would be. So that's something I'm not even worried about.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, more than
uh,
likely, if you're making general shirts that are family friendly, then you'll be okay. I mean, you're really pushing the limits if you really wanted to do this kind of stuff anyway. And I mean, you're pretty much a disgusting human for trying to even do this stuff anyway. But even through regular Amazon.com marketplace, why even try to even touch this kind of stuff?
yeah, yeah. And then the one about the mental illness, again, it's straightforward. It seems like because I've made some jokes, or some shirts and jokes about, and they weren't like really rude or cruel or anything, but just light jokes on some. I wouldn't say they're mental issues, but some health disabilities. Um, and they're okay here in the US. So this is a little concerning. So that might be something that I just, again, um, they're talking about mental illness. So I guess anything, again, seems pretty straightforward. Anything that just has to deal with mental illness, just don't even mess with it.
Yeah, they say yeah, this includes play on words, light jokes, and puns related to mental illness. And a lot of the shirts, I guess I would say too, when it comes to like, Amazon.com marketplace is talking about the US wise, are a lot of like play on words in general. And something funny like The Walking Dad instead of The Walking Dead. I remember
Right.
a lot of those Father's Day shirts come out. So it's always like a play on words, these type of things. But in this case, especially UK specific, it tells you, you know, not, no puns, no light jokes, anything regarding mental
Right.
illness. So
And I'm glad you brought that up as far as the words, because and I remember reading a post in one of the groups a couple of days ago, and some of the more common words that we use here is completely different
yeah.
over there, right? Um, for instance, I think I don't remember whose group it was, but like for instance, the word T-shirt, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, in the U.S., we use the word T-shirt. Supposedly, over there, they use a completely different word for T-shirt. So that's something you guys have to study and catch up on. Again, it sounds frustrating, but look, hey, if you guys want to sell in the international market, this is something that you want to be on top of, because you don't want to use a word, because Glenn talked about the play on words. You don't want to use something like a term that's okay here, and then you use it over there, and then it could be offensive, right?
Yeah.
So you just got to be really careful.
Yeah. So I would definitely I mean, you can just go over that. I think your main issue is going to be the trademark part, and trying to get, used to those websites. Just make sure you're safe whenever you're planning to upload to those
Yeah.
marketplaces.
2.7, 2.8, again, straightforward. I'm a little more concerned about, not even, it's not even just concern. It just seems a little too time consuming now to have to go through three different trademark sites. Now, actually, I think Mary had shared a website that you can look up trademarks
Okay.
in multiple countries. I don't know how accurate it is, because like we said in the past, when you use a trademark platform that's not the official trademark website,
Yeah.
you don't get all the information. Because remember, you and I were looking in the past about a year ago. You looked up a term on USPTO, and then I looked it up on what was it?
Trademarkia, I think.
Trademarkia, and Glenn would show that it was okay to use, and then on Trademarkia, I would show that it wasn't. So I would say be really careful about the type of those third party websites. I would try and do all your research on the official trademark websites.
Yeah, totally. Let me go back to see. All right. Let me see on here. Okay, so someone had asked about the one shirt that for example, so Tony got this sale sold for 18.99 over there, and then the royalty was 4.92. So 4.92 would be 308 in US dollars. And more, and I guess it's kind of like equivalent to $18.99 there for the UK is about like $16.95, I guess, here. So that's what he kind of did the equivalent to kind of break that down, which is the same. Let me see, $16.95. It's the same thing for the Amazon.com for US. So you're making the same amount of money if they're priced, like that over there. So it's not like you're making more over there or less.
Sure.
You price them the same. So someone had also asked about, let me see. Oh, we got talking about the transfer as far as like if all of his shirts got transferred. He says, I think so. I don't know if all of them have gone yet, but more than likely they're just going to take some time. Let me see. It looks like as far as pricing goes, it's the same thing. They're just kind of like equivalent to what it would be over there. So no random, price changes from one to the other. They're just transferring them, getting it done. Amazon's pretty much doing all the back work for you until you upload new shirts. Then you're going to put in more work that way because you're checking the trademarks, you're choosing your marketplace, you're uploading them to multiple ones. That's different. But for the ones that are already on there, Amazon's pretty much doing everything for you.
Cool.
I'm trying to go see what anything else on here. I think even for the content policy, I think those are the main ones that did change. Anything else? I'm also checking frequently asked questions. Is there anything that you noticed on there that was different?
No, not really.
What about
everything
tax information? That was another thing I was going to ask you about, because we've gone through the Etsy part, which I know was weird. Like, it wasn't easy as far as
Etsy is just confusing in general, right? I think my guess would be, look, Amazon at the end of the year, Amazon's just going to send you a 1099. Because like when you and I were beta testing the UK market, it's not like we had to do anything else, anything different, right? At the end of the year, they just sent us a 1099 and said, here's your tax form.
Yeah.
My guess would be they'll do the same thing. Otherwise, I mean, I think if it was a big issue, they would have definitely disclosed it somewhere in their policy.
Yeah,
because that's obviously a very important part of doing business is taxes. So I think that's something that they'll figure out on their end, and then at the end of the year, you just get your single 1099 form. That'll be my guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. All right, let me go back. Okay, so one of the frequently asked questions that's also different is, what should I do if another item is using my intellectual property without my authorization? Their answer, Amazon: if you believe that an item available for sale on Amazon contains content that is infringing your intellectual property, you can report it to Amazon using our online form. And there's 3 links. So .com, UK, DE. Now, when you click the UK one, that one's fine. You can read it. Everything is normal. Now, when you click the DE one, you're going to have to get your page translated to figure that out.
Google Translate, which, from what I understand, it doesn't do a very good job.
So you translate that, but the form going through it is the same. At least some of the other ones for the trademark, for the infringement, all the details, everything that you put in is the same that I can see. Yeah. I wonder how long that would take, though, to get that taken down from someone from a, I don't know, just.
Here's the thing. I feel like I'm so grateful that we have the opportunity now to sell in the UK and Germany, right?
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, it just feels like there's just a lot of work and a lot more headaches.
Yeah, you really have to know what you're doing, at least be on top of your game as far as like your designs and double, triple checking a lot of this stuff. Let me see. So publishing, they have a new section also as well. So publishing to UK and DE. So they have both on here. Yeah, you have to select the intended country, which we said. Can I upload to multiple countries or products at once? No, this isn't currently an option. So there's your answer.
Where do you see that at?
This is on frequently asked questions.
Oh.
You will need to create a new listing for each product in each country.
Okay.
Young's like, I knew it.
Yeah. No, that sucks. But you know what? It's all right.
Should I
It's
expect a different review process for each country? The submission process and review times will be the same. However, please note that your design will be reviewed for compliance with all policies for your target country before it is published.
yeah. No, I mean a lot of it seems pretty much straightforward, right?
Yeah.
But they have to put all that in here because again, for legal reasons and
Legal
because
mumbo
sometimes
jumbo.
not just that, again, sometimes people ask the most simplest questions. You'd be really surprised at how much people know. Um, so yeah, I mean everything seems pretty straightforward. I don't know. So let me ask you. So when you get access to these markets, are you just gonna go balls to the wall and just start uploading every damn design possible?
I think for sure. Here's what I think is the good thing about it, though, is that I'm definitely going to look at the design process differently as far as what I'm going to do because I want it to be available for all of them. But trademark and research wise, it is going to take me longer. So I think that if I have a really good idea, I guess that I like, I feel like even your design process now has to be well thought up and for that because if you're just cranking out a lot of designs and just pushing them out there, I don't know. I don't see it working. I feel like if you put in your time and effort in a great quality design and you're doing the quality research and you're doing it on multiple platforms, I think that's the best way to do it instead of just like pushing out whatever you can.
Mhm.
And then
I'll tell you what scares me. Okay, this is what scares me. Um, Now that we have these extra platforms, and then we have the UK market and the Germany market on top of the US market. And I know Amazon said, "Oh, we won't kick you off, as long as you're not deliberately um, abusing the system." Right?
yeah.
I I kind of got a feeling now we're more, it just opens up for us to make simple mistakes, and then those simple mistakes are going to add up, and then at some point it's just gonna hit us and bite us in the ass. No, seriously, right? I mean, because like again, we talked about the wordplay. Like, if something means something here in the U.S. and it means something completely different in the U.K. or Germany, right? And it just happened to slip during our research process, and then and then it gets rejected, and that continues to happen because of, again, the language barrier.
yeah.
It starts adding up, and then Amazon is just going to be like, suspended 30 days, right? That's what scares me,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, they do have their own rules,
Right.
and things
And I
have.
know, again, I know they said, oh no, long as you guys are just, don't abuse it, and you guys are, are really good content creators, that'll never happen to you. But I don't know, that just kind of scares me.
Yeah, I mean that's very true. I mean, we know that that always happens when it comes to different updates, and we have to make adjustments. And this kind of stuff happens. I want to ask you this question: are you gonna do separate research for different countries? So, let's say for the UK, I mean, if you make one design, you plan to upload them to all three of them. Like you said, things may not translate. Things may not even be popular over there that are popular here that you might think work in the UK. Are you going to do separate research for like UK only? Let me see what's going on here. Let me see what people are into and make designs purely for just UK.
But you're going to have to. If you want to tap into those marketplaces, you're going to have to, right?
Very
You
true. But
know,
are you going to do it?
I think so. I think so. I think at this point, I like the research part. I don't mind doing, even though it's a long and tedious process.
Yeah.
Um, I'm thinking when the marketplace does become available to me, I might have to hire a VA, um, and have them look up the trademarks at least for all three marketplaces. Right? Check the U.S., check the Germany, and check the UK. If one comes back saying that it's trademarked, well, then let me know which one it is, because that's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
Right. Doing the research, and then again, I'm no longer doing my own designs for right now because I'm just burnt out, man. I'm not, but I'll do the research.
Well, that's why I feel like if it's so much work that you would want to put out quality work.
Oh,
I
I'll
mean,
put out, man. I will put out. Trust me. Okay. That's nothing to question me about. I'll put out. But no, I mean, again, like I said, I think the research part I'll do. I'll hire VAs to do at least check the trademark. Obviously, the uploading, Amazon said no one's supposed to have access to our accounts but us. So I'm going to have to do my uploading regardless. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it.
okay. Well, I think we covered most of the ground there. I think we can do more once we're rolled out in our own account, and I think we can give some more feedback. But I really wanted to, touch through this and go through it and see, also what everybody else thinks. So leave us a comment if you're watching the video on YouTube. We want to leave comments about, trademark and all that and how you feel about multiple platforms. Maybe you're already accepted. Let us know. Give us your feedback, and then we'll update you once me and Yong have both rolled out into these new platforms. So anything else before we go?
No, that's pretty much it. Other than that, man, episode 100 is coming up here real quick.
Are we gonna do like a 24-hour marathon or something?
Let's do it. Oh, hell no. I'm not saying that for the damn 24 hours. I don't know. Maybe we'll do like a fun show where we bring in previous guests or something and talk to them for a few minutes. I don't know. We'll think of something. You know what? I just realized the other day, I still have a bunch of stuff that I got from like HustleCon.
Oh yeah.
That I want to do a giveaway. Remember, I was talking about VidCon and HustleCon. I got a bunch of stuff from both conferences, and yeah, so I still have a bunch of stuff. So maybe we'll do like a giveaway at one point. I don't know. Episode 100, like I said, is coming up soon. We'll do something special. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe you and I will talk behind the scenes and maybe figure out what we're gonna do.
Yeah, we can do something cool. Maybe we wear like suits or something for the podcast.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
You can email me hustlerhack1@gmail.com, or you can leave me comments here on YouTube or whatever you want. Yong.
Oh, and you guys can go to Geek Hustle, email me there, or just tag me on Facebook. But I do want to announce, the typography poster that I made late last year.
Yeah.
I'm selling it right now on Gumroad for $32. It's being fulfilled by our friends at Printful. Well, I had a lot of requests from people saying, "Hey, do you offer this in like a digital format?" Right? I had a few people ask me. So what I did was I'm now giving away that same poster as a PDF file.
Oh, okay.
And it's
pretty cool.
100% free.
Okay? Nice. There we go.
It doesn't cost you guys a penny. If you're asking, well, what's the whole purpose of the poster? Well, it's a good reference to understand typography and make you understand how fonts work a little more, right? Yeah. So, and whether you do your own designs or not, it'll be a good poster to have and just refer back to it every now and then. But I'll have that link in the show notes.
All right.
100% free.
There we go. 100% free. You can go download that. And I think we're done. Next week, episode 93, and we'll get closer to that conference too. So I don't know. I don't think conference will line up with episode 100. It might.
You know what? If that's the case, oh man, we can get like the Jersey Goons, get them all boozed up, and
RJ all boozed up.
and Matt. Oh, that'd be a fun episode.
All right, we'll figure that out. All right, we'll see you guys next week for 93.
Bye.